Live from the Business RadioX studio inside Renaissance Bank, the bank that specializes in understanding you. It's time for North Fulton Business Radio.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of North Fulton Business Radio. I'm John Ray, and folks, we are broadcasting as usual from inside Renaissance Bank in Alpharetta. And, you know, if you're tired of that mega bank experience, and I hear this a lot from people that are at, you know, the big mega banks, hard to get a real person, etc. Well, check out Renaissance Bank. My own experience and the experience of my clients that deal with Renaissance is they deal with you in a personal way, but they're big enough to handle pretty much any need you can throw at them. So if that's your idea of a better banking experience for your business, then go to renaissancebank.com, find one of their local offices, and be in touch. And I think you'll be glad you did. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, member FDIC. And now I want to welcome Cynthia Good. Cynthia is the CEO of Pink. Cynthia, welcome.
Hi, John. It's so good to be with you and to see you.
It's a delight to be with you and to hear about the great work you're doing at Pink. Why don't you share that with everyone? What are you up to over there?
Thank you. Well, we have been working with Pink for nearly 20 years. We're in our 19th year. We started as a national women's business magazine during a time when, unbelievably to me still today, there were no national magazines focused on women in business, none. And I had to look it up just yesterday. Working Woman magazine stopped publication in 2001. So we launched in 2004. And we were publishing 140,000 copies of every issue. We were in every Borders and Barnes & Noble in America and much of Canada, all the Delta Crown rooms. And it was a really fun opportunity to fill that wide open niche. And we started doing events twice a year, and we're still doing those, and we're still offering content online.
Wow, what great work. So why, I mean, we're in 2023, right? We're not in the 70s or 80s or 90s here. I mean, we're in 2023, and yet there's still a void here for information about women and the businesses that they start and run. I find that amazing.
Yeah, I think that's really true. And I think, I mean, to me as a journalist, really, because my background was in TV news and journalism, share the stories of these top women business leaders, which we do through the digital platform, littlepinkbook.com, and at our events every spring and fall, I think is really, really powerful because there's still this idea of needing to see it to be it. So if there's a young woman, a woman of color at an organization, and she doesn't see anybody like herself in a senior leadership role, that's rough. So for us to have the huge honor of showcasing these top women business leaders, putting them on stage, letting them share their stories, featuring them in our content has been very, very powerful for other women, just in terms of inspiring them, but also really giving them hands-on tools that they can use to create a roadmap for their own success, however they decide to define that.
Yeah. Wow. That's such great work. So talk about, you alluded to it, but let's talk about the importance of stories and putting stories out there that inspire others.
Right. I think it's really key. I mean, everybody has their own very unique individual story. And actually the spring event, Jackie Chu, who is a licensee for TEDx Atlanta, is our moderator. And on our speaker briefing just yesterday, she encouraged everybody to be okay with disagreeing and saying, you know, for me, it wasn't like that because we do all have our own individual experiences. I mean, a woman of color versus, you know, a white male, it's going to be a very, very different experience. And a lot of the women in the Pink community are managing men, and they're leading divisions. And it's still really a challenge because there are still so few women like that. I mean, to give you an example, John, this January, for the first time in history, the number of female CEOs in the Fortune 500 hit 10%.
Wow.
So, wow, right. Fantastic. Right. Finally, because, all these years, right, nearly 20 years of doing this, these numbers have been stuck. And it's so frustrating for me to see because, and for your listeners, if an organization wants to change the metrics, they can change the metrics. All it is a decision to change it. And we've done work. We did a big consulting project with AIG a few years back where they actually wanted to change the numbers of women in key executive roles. And it took us more than a year, but we did. I think it's, so if the commitment is there, then the shift can happen. But, we're so comfortable with the way that we are,
right,
that we really want to change. And so it's tough.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I was saying, wow, that I can't believe it's still that low. I mean, the 10%, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. As many, as long as we've been talking about this, and as many quite capable women executives are out there that can easily be CEO of a Fortune 500 company. It's amazing to me.
For sure.
So you've referenced the event, and I want to talk more about Pink and your business generally, but let's fast forward to the event that you're having here coming up, and I'll let you kind of walk through the details of what that's all about.
Sure. Yeah. The upcoming event. And, if you missed it,
Right.
We will be, posting the video online. We've got a great company, Presentations, and they're going to be doing all the lighting and broadcasting. This, John, is one of the silver linings of COVID, right? Because COVID, since we could only have 50 people in the room, we never canceled an event. We had to postpone one, but we began using the hybrid model and live streaming these events so we could broadcast them live. Carol Tomei, CEO UPS, spoke at one of the events. We had 3,800 women from all over the world watching that one. So, yeah, that's a lot of fun, and your listeners can still check it out. But the upcoming event is going to be super cool. This is on April 24th, Monday at lunch at the Buckhead Intercontinental. We always do it as a lunch, like a power lunch. Oh, and by the way, it is amazing. The business deals people are cutting in the valet line. I'm just saying, seriously.
Before they even get inside for lunch, huh? I love that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the story's multi-million-dollar. Anyway, so we've got Carla Cheney on the panel. She's the Chief Human Resources Officer at Equifax. We've got Kelly Mayhall, who's the president of the Southern Division of the Home Depot. And she actually started there as a part-time cashier in 1996.
Wow.
And now she's the president of the Southern Division of all of Home Depot. Wow. I mean, so these women are extraordinary. We have Michelle Parks, who's the EVP and Chief People Officer at Cox Automotive. Loretta Rhodes, PhD. She is the EVP and the Chief Culture Officer for the Atlanta Braves. She's the top woman over there. She's extraordinary. And then Jackie Chu, who will be our moderator. So I think it's a pretty cool lineup, and it'll be interesting to hear the stories of these women.
Yeah. So is there a particular theme that
it varies, during COVID, obviously that drove the conversation, and following COVID, the workforce, it's a much different workplace, obviously, today than it ever was. There are that's a dramatic impact for women and the trajectory of their career. It changes the way that they think about or need to think about excelling in organizations. So we'll talk a lot around that. This year, the theme is 2023 is the year for me, based on the data, a record number of women CEOs. So the question really is, though, well, is it, and how do we snowball this thing, and how do we break through? And, or do we have to continue plodding along and just sort of get everybody's input on that and have a conversation around this?
Right.
In addition to the women just talking about, their lives and their biggest challenges and how they broke through, what differentiates this group of women leaders from the rest of us, since it's so rare for women still to be in these kinds of positions.
Yeah, that is powerful. And hopefully attendees can walk out with a better sense of maybe what a forward path in their own companies might look like, right?
Absolutely. And, we really want people to walk away with hands-on tools they can use, like something they can do that day, pick up the phone, do something really specific that will have an actual positive impact on their career. But, it's also about trade-offs. I mean, post-COVID, I think more than ever, people are thinking about, not just the career, but your life. And the tagline for Pink has always been a beautiful career as a means to a beautiful life. So I think, people who attend, will probably have a couple hundred in the room and a few hundred watching. Will also have the opportunity to say, what is it worth? What does it take and what is it worth as they look at the bigger picture of their lives?
Right. Folks, we're here chatting with Cynthia Good with Pink, and we're talking about an event that Pink is having. Let's see, it's on April the 24th, 2023. If you're listening to this episode after that date, go to the website and check it out because there's another one coming soon. You have these events, twice a year?
We do. We should have a video of this event. We've got a pretty cool YouTube channel, so people could definitely check it out. And we do events every spring. And then we also do our fall empowerment event. And we're already lined up a couple speakers that are just going to be, amazing. So definitely watch out for that. And then next year, 2024, it will be the 20th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
So we're planning some, special things for that. I mean, obviously, if you can imagine, John, 20 years ago, it was tough to find a woman in a key role like this to put on the panel because they just weren't around.
Right.
So we're going to have the chance really to honor these women who are truly trailblazers and led the way for the rest of us.
Yeah, so. That's fabulous.
And it's also, super easy to watch via live stream, littlepinkbook.com. We've got a couple rectangular ads that you could just click and check out the details. But I think it's like $15 to watch the live stream and be part of the chat because we want to make sure everybody can have access.
Right. And again, the website is littlepinkbook.com. You can go there to find more information. You mentioned the YouTube page, a link to the YouTube page if people want to see what this looks like in past events, right? So, sure. So that's a great way to get a preview. But then just go sign up. just go sign up, folks. I mean, whether it's in person or you're out of town and you're not out of the Atlanta area, you're not able to attend, or if you're in Atlanta and just shy, you want to do it online, you can do that. But I think it sounds like people are going to regret not being there in person if there's any way they can do that.
Yeah, I think absolutely that's the best. But from anywhere in the world, you can check it out. And as part of our program, the companies that sponsor the event have unlimited live stream access. So like Southern Company is a gold sponsor, and they can have thousands, as many women and male advocates as they want from anywhere, watch the live stream. We also have Cox, our silver sponsor, Coca-Cola, and Atlanta Homes and Lifestyle. So definitely a shout out to them. Oh, and we always have a nonprofit component because we want to give back. And this event, the organization is UNICEF, and they do amazing things globally for women and girls. And we've got some super cool drawing items for those who participate in that drawing to support that organization.
What a great cause. So a lot of reasons to be there. And thank you. I'm glad you mentioned the sponsors. Let's give a thanks to them for their support, for sure. But again, let's, as we walk out here, let's and conclude the interview. Let's, though, for those that are listening to this for the first time after the event, let's just talk about what they ought to do now. Go to littlepinkbook.com, and what are they going to find there?
Oh, yeah. You can go to littlepinkbook.com. Definitely check out the videos. We have a program as part of the company. It's a development program for high potential women and organizations. And it's called the Pink Power Alliance. And we do a deep dive on topics that are really holding women back, we believe. Like we did a segment on the imposter syndrome. We just did one on building your network. And, all these women were extraordinary, have amazing networks, but they're not comfortable walking across the room and shaking the hand of the CEO of their company, or asking somebody for support, and asking for help is a leadership trait. So definitely check that out. I think that would be useful to anyone watching who wanted to enhance their career.
Yeah. And I went on the site, and you can go down quite a bunny trail. I mean, there's a lot of great, there's quite a lot of great content, profiles of leading women in their work, and some, great content, in terms of various topics of learning. So I would encourage folks to check it out, littlepinkbook.com. Wow, Cynthia, this has been great. We're just honored that we could have you on, celebrate the great work you're doing, and get the word out on Pink and this event.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate it. Great program.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hey, folks, just a quick reminder. Speaking of women-owned business, if you've got some issues in your small business that need tending to, like you need an assistant to get some of those administrative tasks done that you're struggling with, or you need a bookkeeper that can get all those receipts out of a shoebox. Well, here's a good suggestion for you. Go to officeangels.us and check them out. What you'll find there is a team of angels led by Chief Executive Angel Essie Escobedo, and Essie is fantastic. I know that myself because I use their services. She has I
do too, and she's amazing.
There you go. Yeah, so, see what I mean? Yeah, Essie's fantastic. And she's got a whole team that fly in, get the job done, and they fly out, and they do it on an ongoing or as needed basis. And Cynthia knows this. I know this. They make our businesses sing. So if you're tired of being stuck, Essie may be able to help. Give her a call at 770-442-9246. Tell her both Cynthia and John sent you. Or if you're shy, go to officeangels.us to learn more. But go ahead and call her. I think you'll be glad you did. And folks, just a big thanks and a request. A thanks for supporting this show almost 7 years, 650 episodes. We're grateful to you, but please share the show. If you know of particularly in this case for this episode, of a women business leaders that need to hear about this Pink and this event, please share the show. That's how we get the word out on the great work business leaders like Cynthia do, and help us help them, because that's how we fulfill our role as the voice of business, and we're grateful to you for your support. So for my guest, Cynthia Good, I'm John Ray. Join us next time here on North Fulton Business Radio.